Yo, welcome to the show, it's Taylor the Faded, where we break down the bets, no need to debate it. From the spreads to the odds, we got the insight. Tune in, lock in, we keep it real tight. Whether you're a rookie or a seasoned vet, we got the picks that'll help you win the bet. From the court to the field, we analyze the game. Taylor the Faded, remember the name.
It's been a couple of weeks, man. That felt good to hear.
There you go.
Drop bombs on them. Let's go.
I'm talking about.
Hey, man. Taylor the Faded, man. Kevin Ty back here with y'all, man. KP Ty in the building, man. It's been a couple of weeks since y'all had a live show, but y'all know what y'all. It hasn't been a couple of weeks since. It hasn't been a couple of weeks since winter because Ty's been cooking, man. Ty been cooking something different. Like. Listen, man. I tell all that shit now. That's where I'm at now. I don't know which one of these is going to be the one, but I know at least one of them will.
Yeah, man. I mean, same formula every week, man. Try to do enough research that I don't seem like an idiot when I post these shits, and hope for the best from there, man. What else can you do, right?
So last week, I gotta apologize to everybody. Y'all know I do a running back touchdown ticket every single week. Last week, I talked myself out of Travis Etienne, and I put Quishon Jenkins in there, and that ticket went 4 out of 5, y'all. And Jenkins was the only one who didn't cash. Etienne scored 2 touchdowns in that game.
Bro, if I'd have put him on that Jacksonville ticket, oh man, that joint would have been magnificent. I know.
So, yeah. and I'll explain myself in that situation. As a matter of fact, let me go all the way. Every ticket that I put in last week was one leg off, except for the quarterback touchdown ticket. Every other ticket I had last week was one leg off. Like it was insane. Like just so many hooks.
Yeah.
So many hooks. But again, let me explain my Jenkins theory with that over Etienne. Tootin has been absolutely cooking Etienne's carries, and he been killing them in the red zone with red zone carries, or at least he had been up until last week. And then last week they just, I never understand NFL play calling and coaching with consistency because, whatever. I'm a gambler and I just think things should make sense the way I want them to.
And not to jump on that, the previous 2 weeks, Etienne did not have a touchdown.
He didn't have a red zone attempt in the week before.
Like,
he didn't even get in the game when they were inside the 20. Like, what? And then just all of a sudden now he's just the guy again. Just for no damn reason.
I left him off for the same reason, man. I get it, man. It's
just absolutely frustrating. So again, I'm sorry, y'all, because again, I had Etienne in that ticket and I talked myself out of it. And Jenkins had a great game, but he didn't score. He produced. He had a great game, but he didn't score a touchdown, and that's what we needed. But anyway, we're not going to dwell on it. I just felt like, sometimes you put something out there and you just feel the need to apologize. And that was just one of them times where I was like, you know what? I got to say my bad to them because I literally talked myself out of it. It was terrible. But let's see where we starting today, since we're talking about the running back touchdown ticket. And, I feel like that's a great place to start. I got Saquon because, I don't know, the Raiders stink, and I feel like it finally found a little something with some of the running play calling last week. I felt like we had some cracks and some gaps. Omari Hampton's going to get a ton of work. He's going to get a ton of work. He got a touchdown against the Eagles last week. Although I like Kimani Vidal and I like the fact that they keep him involved. They like Hampton a lot, and he's a young kid, so I expect him to have plenty of volume. Travion Henderson, he is in a co-running back situation with Ramondre Stevenson. Yes, he is.
But he gets the bulk. He gets the bulk of the carries, or at least he has the past couple weeks.
And on top of that, he is also the receiving back. Like, he's the guy when it comes to receiving backs. Like, you know what I mean? We're not gonna act like he's not the guy in that situation. So I'm much more inclined to go with him over anybody else. RJ Harvey's on the 2-game touchdown streak. He's the lead back in Denver. Green Bay's running defense is not the greatest. We'll see how that goes. Here's the one, and if you don't like this or if you prefer Kyron Williams, I get that. If you feel like You like Kyron Williams better here. It'll bring the odds down, but it'll still be a great five pack for the running backs.
Hell yeah. Even if the odds is down, you're still looking at 50-1.
This is what I'm saying. Like if you don't like Blake Corum right here, great. I am a fan of riding the hot hand with the way they're doing this running back split, and every week Corum's getting more and more significant work. And I think he scored, if I'm not mistaken, either last week or the week before. I have it somewhere, but I know he has scored within the last 2 weeks. So all I'm saying is that the Rams are going to run the ball, and one of those running backs is probably going to see the end zone. Kyron Williams, I believe, is like plus 120, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. Like, not a bad number at all if you prefer him. It was what I'm telling you. Go ahead and switch him out.
I don't know if this is last week or not. Yeah, this is last week. Kyron Williams had 84 yards and a touchdown. Corum had 128 and 2 touchdowns.
You see what I'm saying? Like, he's very, very much becoming much more.
And they both scored 1 touchdown 2 weeks ago.
Right. So at plus 200 with Detroit, and Detroit's defense is hit or miss. Like, some weeks they show up and look amazing, and then other weeks they show up and look very much less than that. So we shall see. Again, if you don't like, as with all of these, of course, something you don't like, you want to water it down, you want to switch it up, do that. But that is my first one for today, Brother Ty.
Yeah, Chicago. 27th overall in defense, 21st in the pass, 27th against the run. So, I would have took Shedeur probably over 200, but since the line was 181, I was like, fuck it.
Beautiful line.
As I just said, they are 27th in run D. So, Shedeur don't have to be as fast as his papa to get 15 yards, and he's been running these past couple weeks. Judson should be at least good for 50, and
he was great last week.
Exactly, so, yeah. And between the running backs at Chicago, either Monangai or Swift, you could pick either one of them.
I'm a Monangai fan. Swift. I feel like he's been more consistent since
after he housed us. So, and plus Cleveland. They're 1 against the pass, but they are 13th against the run. So if they're going to give up anything, it's going to be some rushing yards.
I like that. I like that a lot. I definitely don't like going against Cleveland's defense unless it's with a running back. So yeah. So I can go with that. This one right here is mine. Try and Ty's formula here, where I just find things in the game that I like a little bit, and I put them all together and give you in this case, it's a 8-1, little over 8-1. Detroit, 11.5. Detroit is the underdog in this game. They're like I don't know what the line is, but they're an underdog. And I don't necessarily, I do have a ticket that I did not bring here where I have Detroit money line. I have that. It's probably a bit of a reach, but whatever. That's not the point. Even if they don't win, I don't expect them to get smoked. And I think 11.5 is reasonable.
The line is 5.5 right now.
Right. So adding that 6 points or so, not going to hurt anything. Jomo's getting a lot more work. I don't know if St. Brown is all the way healthy, because for a few of those games he wasn't. I think he might be just getting back to his stride. But I like Jomo for 4. Devontae for 4, kind of just, I don't. If these numbers don't hit, these are anomalies as far as like what's happening. Jared Goff 2 touchdowns might be the sketchiest thing here, because sometimes they get a little run happy and they might score a bunch, but it's not necessarily Goff. Jahmyr Gibbs 1 touchdown. It was at 260, which I thought was an insane number at this point, because he's going to score every game, didn't he? Like, it's very difficult for him not,
because it doesn't have to be just rushing, what I'm saying?
No, it could be a flare or a screen or an angle route, and any of those can be 70, 80 yards if you catch it with the right matchup. You can't put linebackers on him. Some safeties you can't put on him. Like, he's a really tough matchup in a lot of spaces. Montgomery over 29 and a half yards. He's been a lot more involved the last few weeks as far as his rushing and being a part of it. Also, the way he runs, 29 and a half yards is like 3 rushes for David Montgomery at that clip. Like, because he just runs like he hates everybody. And I love that. Like, so that I feel confident about that number. This is going to be one of those games where I think if you got 2 backs, both backs are getting work. Like you're probably working all the way down to your 3 or 4 receiver, because it's going to be one of those games. It usually is with the Rams and the Lions. So I like the way that one looks.
Just the fact that both them quarterbacks used to play for the other team. Like, it's always like I anticipate that game to be the over, whatever the over under is, go over.
Right. Yeah, I started to throw that on there, but I didn't see a lot of value in it. Real quick, my tight end 2-pack. Rondé Gadsden, Harold Fannin. The tight end is always tough for me, like the 2 that I bring here, because I play about 3 or 4 of these tickets. I always bring the one here that I think has the most value and odds and all that, those things that we look for. My
bad, brother.
Go ahead.
Fannin has quietly become Shador's favorite target.
Exactly why he's there. Yeah. He made a monster touchdown catch in the corner last week. And the Bears just don't. Like their defense make plays, but they're going to give up points. They're certainly going to give them. They're certainly going to give up points. As far as Gadsden goes, man, I like that matchup against the Kansas City linebackers. Linebackers in Kansas City are terrible. Like that's just not where you're gonna where they're gonna eat at. I just like that matchup. That's the matchup that I like the most there. I did not. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that I have a ticket with Dallas Goedert and Ferguson on it. The odds aren't great because Ferguson's there, but that might be my favorite ticket, but the odds weren't great, so I didn't bring it here. I'm going to say it out loud, though.
Ferguson, Cowboys Ferguson?
Yes. Ferguson and
who are they playing? Oh, they play Minnesota tonight.
They play Minnesota tonight. I have one with him and Goddard on it. I like this one a little bit better for the stage, so I bought it. Ty's futility pick. Always fun, bro.
I mean, Phillip Rivers ain't threw a football in something that mattered in years. Don't nobody know who the hell Brady Cook is. Mahomes is trying to move heaven and earth to get Kansas City in a reputable spot. Shador throws a shit ton, and Brissett throws a lot of picks. And he just so happens to be playing against the number 1 pass
defense.
Third best pass defense, but number 1 total defense in the whole league. So
man.
I like all of these to give me some picks. Now, I did round robin just the 4s, just in case one person doesn't come through. But I like this. I was trying to keep them all close to 9-10 to 1 best I could without having a whole bunch of legs. And I couldn't figure out who I wanted to leave off because I feel like they're all going to throw interceptions.
Yeah. I tell you what, of this group here, the only one that I probably was a little shaky about as I was adding it was Mahomes, because it's a really big game, but that also means he's going to gamble a fucking ton, and I
think he threw 3 last week.
Yes, he absolutely threw 3 last week, because I was trying to explain to Eagles fans, and when I say Eagles fans, like I'm not one, because I'm not one of these fans, that shit happens sometimes, and you gotta fucking relax when you have a Super Bowl quarterback. Oh fuck! Shut up! Joe Burrow just threw the game away last week. Nobody in Cincinnati said, let's get Flacco back in. That shit didn't happen. Sit down. Right. You gotta relax. But,
not to mention, pass defense, the Chargers are 5th, and in total team interceptions, they are tied for 2nd.
Well, I'm sure that rank rise some last week. Anyway, we won't even dwell on that. We'll let that one.
And coincidentally, number 1 team in interceptions is the Bears. So that's why Shador's there.
Quarterback 3-pack. I got another one for you, Todd, that I'm gonna send to you separately that you're gonna tell because the odds on it are insane. But I had to be reasonable when I.
I like this one too, though, because like we were just saying, Mahomes is going to do whatever he can, and I feel like he's been running more, just trying to win.
Mm-hmm.
Dart just inherently runs,
right?
He's very Cactus Jack in that he don't really give a shit about his body. And Hurts is
that's
just
a great comparison. Yeah, that's a great comparison. Very Cactus Jack indeed. Yeah, I like this one. This was the more practical of the two of these that I had. Again, Mahomes is he's out there just fighting for his life at this point. So he gonna do what needs to be done. Like you said, Jackson Dart is very much Dudley Boy style too. Like get the tables, like he going through everything. And Jalen needs a healthy game. I wouldn't even be against going 2 touchdowns for Jalen today just because of the kind of week it's been for him.
I didn't post it, but I did one where he scores first and gets 2.
See,
and that was like 8.5 to 1.
We very much think the same, my guy.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of why we do this, right?
Indeed.
Fucking Drake May, man, he's got over 250 at least the last 2 weeks, closer to 275.
He's quietly a very good quarterback.
Yeah. New England has been playing their ass off, and they happen to be 3rd overall against the rush, which means James Cook, if they see the handoff, they might not let that slide. But Josh Allen always finds a way to just sneak away and get some yards. And we talked about Trayvon Henderson being the feature-ish back for New England. He gets more touches than Ramondre Stevenson. So, and again, it was at 9-16, so felt good.
Yeah, the thing about this one, the only thing about this one that scared me was James Cook. I'm always weird with explosive running backs. Dudes who can break off like dumbass 40, 50-yard chunks. Yeah. It's always touchy with them as far as unders. But again, my man has got the glow right now. So if you say we doing it, we doing it.
Show enough.
Wide receivers for me. This is I dug deep with this one. So T. Higgins isn't playing today. Let me start there. And that could mean that the tight ends will get more work, but also that could mean that wide receiver number 3 will get more work.
Yeah, or he might get overlooked by the defense and just be open.
Right. In this particular case, I decided to go with. I do have a Mike Gesicki tight end touchdown ticket somewhere. He is the tight end. If you like these other two and you like Gesicki over Cyrus, go ahead, do your thing. But this is my 3 with Wan'Dale Robinson, who is by default either the 1 or 2 receiver in New York. The Commanders are the Commanders, so I don't know that I trust anything about anything they do. And this is the best. I like Wan'Dale at 220. Devontae, again, I just feel like anybody on the Eagles offense is a viable option today because they're playing a bad team coming off a really bad performance. And this is very much a get right game for them. And Devontae, honestly, I think with the amount of forcing that they've been doing to AJ Brown, I'll say it if it won't nobody else say it. With the way they forcing AJ the ball is just like really, really they're overlooking Devontae, and I think today's a day. I think today is a day where they get back to a lot of what we seen earlier in the season. A lot of Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Hurts. Also mixed with the fact that they found some cracks in the running game last week. I think that's what we see, and that's what this ticket is based on. Also, when you put these 3 together, goddamn, 35-1, bro.
That ain't bad. That's a long walk for 4 quarters.
Yeah.
The thing about Devontae, who I also like today, is like is only getting colder today. Like whatever the temperature is right now, it is going to be 2-3 degrees colder, and the wind gust is going to be like 5 miles greater between now and when the 1 o'clock game starts. And they coming from Vegas, so they're not ready for none of this shit.
Not at all. So so this week I have 5, y'all. If you didn't notice, I have Ty has number 4. I went 5. Went a little higher volume. We towards the end of the year. So let's just do a quick review. Gadsden and Fannin for your tight end 2-pack. Again, Fannin. Shador likes Fannin. The Chiefs linebackers stink, and Gadsden's a beast matchup. I like that. We like the futility pack always with the futility. Mahomes, Shador, Brady Cook, Jacoby Brissett, and Phillip Rivers all for interceptions. It comes out to about 10-1 if you get it in soon. We got New England. Drake made 225, and Ty pointed out he's hit 250 over the last several. Josh Allen's going to run that rock. James Cook gives this defense may not be able to be as effective as we're used to him being, and we feel like Henderson at that number is a great damn number.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Here's your. I'm sorry
about this one, but
go ahead,
either way,
Tyler.
I think the Texans are going to win the game. They again have the third best passing defense in the league, so that puts the under for Brissett. Trey McBride just gets a shit ton of targets, but I mean, 7 is just a high ass number. He may get 7. It's not impossible,
because he'll get the volume if they throw the ball enough. He'll certainly get the volume. Yeah.
And with Carolina and the Saints, the quarterback for the Saints has been running a lot. He had 2 touchdowns last week. And the Saints are 24th in run defense, and Chuba Hubbard's been gashing pretty good.
All right. My bad on the overlook. Quarterback touchdowns, man. They are a finicky thing, but I kind of like what we got here. We're gonna go Mahomes, Jackson Dart, and Jalen, man. And Jalen, like Ty said, he's just kind of due. Like the way they work and the way they move, they kind of shied away from the brotherly shove thing last week too. So yeah, I fully expect that there will be some Jalen Hurts running the ball this week. Receiver 3-pack, again, this is hella ambitious, but
not impossible.
I'm about to say, but far from fucking impossible, though. Far, far, far from impossible. So we're going to run with this one. Robinson, Silvas, and Devontae, all for touchdowns. Again, anything you don't like or you like better, if there's a receiver in that game who you prefer, go ahead and rock out with it. I'm not mad at you. I understand. But this is what I'm rolling with. For the Detroit game, got one for y'all. The Lions plus 11.5. Jomo for 4. Devontae for 4. Goff 2 passing touchdowns. Again, that's the leg that if you don't like it, put Matt Stafford for 2. Matt Stafford for 2 touchdowns is like minus 450, bro.
Yeah,
like
I mean, because
crazy.
Why the hell wouldn't it be? Like he throws that motherfucker. That's for sure.
I was baffled by that number, but then I had to look at the numbers, and then it made more sense.
It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs for a touchdown. Montgomery over 30. 2 more to review here. This is excuse me. This is
Shador over, just because, like I said, Chicago's pass defense stinks, and their run defense actually stinks too. So there'll be opportunities for that, and if Chicago's going to do anything positive, it'll be against, Cleveland's defense is no ho, but their run defense is worse than their pass. So there you go.
There it is on that one. And last but not least, we missed by 1 last week. We going to get last year. I hit like 3 or 4 of these, and I have not hit a running back generally yet. But this is the week 15.
Yeah,
it should have been 14, but I overthought it. This time I went with the flow. I like all of these. I like all of these.
You and me both.
The
one thing that I didn't post, because I like to do when the Eagles play 1 o'clock, if you go on FanDuel and you look at the specials, it's the first person to score a touchdown on the 1 o'clock games. I took Saquon.
I take Saquon on that every now and then too, for the
Devontae and AJ, because the lowest one was 30-1 and Devontae was 50-1. So that's healthy right there. I just sent you that quarterback, John, that I was telling you about. I just sent you that. All right, so those are the picks. I'll have everything on Instagram in about 10 or 15 minutes or so. In case you missed anything, you can always run this back if you want to, check it out.
and I'll be updating like I always do. If we get W's, you'll hear about them because I'll be in the stories on there talking shit. Pardon me. When we get language is powerful. My apologies. When we get our W's, I'll be posting them, especially with the way this man cooking. Because like I'm trying to get back. Like if you've been playing straights, first off, the pain that we've been enduring is the exact reason why I tell y'all when y'all play my tickets. When you see my touchdown tickets, I put them on here this way for a reason because most of them, if you play them straight, still yield good odds. You will be able to get your money back at the very least. If you do it crafty, you can still come up off of just the straights. So please, please, please bet responsibly, bet with some, some moxie. Go ahead and play those straight as well because it really will keep you afloat. I promise you. If you don't want to do straight, round robin 2 out of 3 on my 3 and 4, like do that, but do something to try and recoup if one person that should do something doesn't, which we know as gamblers happens all the damn time. So with that being said, you'll hear from me throughout the day when those winners post. We'll be back next week. We got Saturday games. So next week we have 2 Saturday games. Me and Ty will conference throughout the week, decide how we want, if we want to get y'all all the picks on Saturday or if we do 2 shows. We'll figure that out how that goes. But either way, we'll have money makers for y'all on Saturday and Sunday next week because I know it's at least 2 games on Saturday. So if it's a doubleheader, we'll have something nice for y'all. Don't even worry about that. I know the Eagles play on Saturday, so that might be
a double. Chicago, Philly goes to Washington, and Green Bay is going to Chicago.
Yeah, we'll definitely have something. That Green Bay Chicago game could yield a lot of fun and green. So we out. You'll have time to tell the picks. Go on Instagram, get them now. Run this back if you need to. Either way, though, it's Kevin Ty. Y'all already know, man. We will holler at y'all next week.
Let's get that money.
Oh, yes. Got to get the money. I mean, what else is it for?
Yo, welcome to the show. It's Taylor the Faded, where we break down the bets. No need to debate it.